let's start having fun with Excel and Visual Basic Core applications. And today we'll show how to make Excel charts rotating like this one, as I showed it in my example here. I have just a simple pie chart containing some marketing data in a local market, and by pressing on this button we see that our chart rotates. Additionally, also I created here another scroll bar, and scrolling this bar also makes the chart rotate quite simply and nice. So let's see how we can do this, and by this example I'll show how to program Excel using Visual Basic for applications to get this similar result. So let's start with a simple Excel spreadsheet, and I need just to copy this my market data into a new workbook here, like this one. And as we can see, not complicated information here, just we have brand information from the local market and by country origin, and based on this I will create another simple pie chart, see, like this. Okay, I'll need to exclude these totals here. Here it is. Just I need to make this as just a little bit more friendly, and let me do this. Make it 3D pie chart. Okay, and I'd like this one more. Okay. So, and just making some changes to my interface. Okay. Well, actually I do not need my chart title, so let's simply remove it. Okay, quite simple, right? So I did nothing more than just created, I just copied this table into a new worksheet and just created a new pie chart, 3D pie chart. So now it's time to play with some Visual Basic for applications code, but before doing that I'll need a developer control. It's called ActiveX control, and when we go under the developer tab, and if you do not see this developer tab within your ribbon, please go to options, and under customize ribbon option you will see this developer checkbox. If you do not see this developer tab within under your ribbon, then most likely you do not have this developer checkbox turned on. So make sure that this developer checkbox is turned on, and after that please go under the developer tab, and there is insert, like many ActiveX control and standard form controls are stored exactly here, and click this scroll bar option, and I'm just going to draw a simple scroll bar within my spreadsheet. Also I need to make some changes to the scroll bar, and I need to set its properties firstly. By default it is quite a big integer. I just need to change it to 360, and guess what, this is exactly my rotating degrees, and I'll change this to the minimum value of 1. So this means that when I scroll my scroll bar, this sets the maximum and minimum values of my scroll bar, and while changing the value of this scroll bar, this value will turn into the rotating value, into the rotating degree of my pie chart. And simply just having this scroll bar selected and making sure that I have turned on this design mode, just double clicking on this scroll bar, I directly go under my scroll bar change event. This is exactly the event when the scroll bar value is being changed, like this one. Say when I turn off my design view mode and I change my scroll bar, this is exactly, I'm making scroll bar change event to rise. Okay, so under this scroll bar change event, I simply need very simple code, very simple line of code. Firstly, I need to refer to my chart, and that is within my spreadsheet, which is sheet 1. I can refer to this sheet by saying that just a reserved word of me, which is a reserved word for the current object, and with current object we are having current worksheet in Visual Basic for applications. Instead of this me, I could simply write sheet 1, which is the same as just simply writing me. And within this me, I need to refer to my chart object, and like saying me chart objects, and providing the index number of my chart. I could either provide the index number as an integer, or I could, and I will provide simply the string name of my chart, just going to my spreadsheet and activating my chart. I can see under this naming box the name of my chart. It's simply chart 1. So in my chart object, I either can provide, as I said, the index as an integer or the chart name as string, and it was chart 1. So I have already referred to my chart, and setting just my rotation number in degrees of numbers, saying that its rotation is equal to my spreadsheet, which is the same as me scroll bar 1 value. That's it. So under my scroll bar change event, I entered very simple line of code, and which will make my pie chart rotate once I change my scroll bar value. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm turning off my design mode and trying to play with my scroll bar. Okay, an error arises saying okay, object doesn't support, something wrong with my code. Most likely I am missing another reference to my chart object, like I guess it should work now. Let's try it this way. Exactly. So woohoo, great. Now, but as we can see, yes, it rotates, but we have just very simple problem here. As I said, we entered this code under my scroll bar change event, but I'd like to have this scroll bar moving quite smoothly and simultaneously change my chart rotation as well. But because I entered this code only under my scroll bar change, I cannot see this event. So there is another smaller trick here. So to make my chart to move smoothly as I scroll my scroll bar, I need another event, and default event is scroll bar 1 change, and I'll need this line of code written under scroll event. This is the exact event under which we need to write this code in order to make my chart to move smoothly. Once I scroll my scroll bar, that will fire a scroll bar scroll event and will make this code to run. Okay, let's see what happens now. Again, I'm turning off my design mode, and now, as I can see, when I change my scroll bar and I scroll over my scroll bar, the change event and scroll event rises, and my pie chart rotates quite nicely. So this much about changing and rotating my chart. Please come back later to my next video, where I'll show how to make this change and how to make our chart to rotate continuously, like I showed this in my example. As we see, we done only this part of my rotating chart, but also there is another more pretty nice option also. Like, I simply click on this button and this chart rotates continuously. So in my next video I will show how to go further and create this rotating button. So thanks for watching. Any kind of comments and any kind of suggestions are welcome. So see you later, guys.